Don't know what that noise was.
Oh, my phone buzzing.
Okay, fair enough then. So, good evening, everybody. Oh, I've just lost the screen I wanted. There we go. Good evening, everybody. How are we all? We are doing issue 75 of the Routemaster. And with me today, you'll all be glad to know, we have got Horlicks.
I'm back.
Yay.
You all right?
Yeah, what you been up to then?
Not a lot, really.
Not a lot.
Yeah, sorry I couldn't make last week. There was a few personal things going on. But no, we've got our puppy, and she's a sweetie. We've just been to the vet with her, actually, just to check her over, make sure everything's all right, and tickety-boo. And, yep, she's got a good, clean bill of health. And
Brilliant.
She's having a sleep.
She's fit and healthy for a 6-year-old dog, is she?
Yeah.
So obviously we didn't get to see her last week. Obviously we got to see her on the Orrery show. Are we likely to see her today on this show?
Yeah, I think I can manage a little cuddle later, but we'll do it later on when the build's finished, because I think she's sleeping at the minute.
Yeah, well, you said she's sleeping a lot.
Oh yeah, I took her to work today with me, and I was a bit nervous because I didn't want her to sort of act up when I was taking her to work, but she was good as gold. Didn't even know she was there.
Yeah. A couple of people are commenting on your picture quality. You're quite pixelated, but in my experience, it kind of improves.
Yeah, it's difficult because, I mean, obviously I'm looking at a different screen, and for me it's crystal clear, but
yeah,
it could just be the connection. It might clear up.
Sometimes it takes a minute or two to come through. I'm kind of skipping through the chat. We will go back through the chat. I've got a feeling I accidentally said issue 75. We're actually doing issue 74 today. So my bad on that one. So we haven't... do you know, I thought my shirt looked funny. I've got it on inside out. So, yeah, sorry, guys. We've got another guest today. Always welcome on the show. We've got Fleetwood J.
Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's fine.
How are you?
Not so bad. In a bit of pain today, but I'm fine.
Okay. Right. Sorry. I'm just hiding up a sec. I've got to change my shirt round.
Joys of rushing in and trying to change.
Yeah.
I am aware I'm on camera, so I just want to move around the corner. Right. Sorry. Right. I'm better now. I'm more prepared. Right. So, what I'll do, while Horlicks gets himself ready, he seems to have disappeared there. I'll have a little quick look through the chat. It was quite busy before I came on. We have got a later start, but thankfully, I was actually told last night I'd be on a late finish. I tried to get away early, but I did the show for 8:30 just in case I couldn't. Bloody bikes gone past. So, Caldecott Bus Spotters, hello. Adrian Langley, I always say better late and never turn up. I see on the timetable bus was 30 minutes late. Love Minnie says hi. Last time I was home, I was chatting to Love Minnie's, who was about to go to bed because obviously she's behind us on the time zones. So Stuart Sullivan's here, Roger Kendall, Ian Bedson, Dave Mills back after missing. I can't read my monitor. Is that a 3 or an 8 weeks that you've missed because of work? Roger Kendall's asked, is Horlicks on tonight? Well, as you can see, he is. Fleetwood J says hi, Penny and Horlicks. Steve Graham says hi to all. Chris Campling, hello. Steve Lee, hi everyone. Hope you're well and having a good week. Hi, Penny and Horlicks. P40F20. Hi, all. Rainy day here. Good day for Routemaster building. It's trying to rain where I am. I just hope it's that nice rain where it doesn't end up all humid. So
yeah, it's quite humid here actually.
Yeah. Poor 61C70. This is like the seance. Mark Knight, good evening. Hope all is well. Mark Knight says, as long as there's no copyright, hey, I don't get that, but Peter Whitlock, evening all, as Reg Dixon used to say. Is that Dixon or Doc Green? Bearing in mind I'm a little bit older than the other two people on this show tonight.
I think I'm older than you, Penny.
Are you really? God, you look so young.
73 I was born.
You're actually younger than me then.
I'm older than both of you because look, I've got the grey hairs to prove it.
Well,
I've got grey hair as well.
you can be. Yeah, but you're allowed to operate in dog years now, so you're about 273 now, aren't you, Horlicks?
Yeah, about that. Feel it.
Right, hope Horlicks is on tonight. Was kind of lost without him. Yeah, I'll be the first one to admit. Obviously, it's great having Adrian Langley to jump in and help, but obviously we've not built the rapport up that myself and Horlicks has built up. I mean, if you go, well, when was our first show? Was it around about 25, 28?
Yeah, or 24, something like that.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad show, but when you look at that show compared to last week or the last time Horlicks was on, you know, the last show made 24 look awful. It wasn't a bad show, but it, you know what I mean. We've just built things up over the week, and obviously that's got to come with Adrian. And then once a month we're going to have Adrian and Horlicks on. So it'll it's going to be a bit of a one step back, two steps forward. Caldecott bus spot says, Penny, 4 young girls were stuck on the roof of the old one-stop shop in Caldecott. A fire engine shot past me and my brother heading down there as a roof. Oh my God. See, that's what mucking around does for you, isn't it? James Tubridy says, evening. Stuart Sullivan, is anybody there? Is anybody there? So, hi, good evening to everyone from Steve Highserms, James, Stuart Sullivan, Mark Knight. Picture quality is quite good, out of focus. Dave Milne, Horlicks. Yeah, everyone's saying your picture quality. Actually, yeah, it's getting there slightly. Brooke Bond, been away for a while, missed the show. Hello, Penny Horlicks and everyone. And I think that is, Chris Davies, hello, and Verwayne. Roger Kendall, in case I'd missed you before. Yeah, Paul61 says you're now in a relationship with Horlicks. The shows are much better. Right, so, one sec. Alexa, volume 0. Alexa, volume 0. And it's turned the volume up. Alexa, volume 0. Thank you. Sorry, I bought the Echo Show on Amazon Prime Day, and I put it on screensaver, and I reduced the volume, but I can just hear it a little bit. If I was working at the computer, that would have been perfect volume, but for doing the show, I think it was just a little bit too loud. Right, so Fleetwood, you've been doing some modding, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
So we need to promote your channel. So if anybody wants to look at Fleetwood's channel, I did watch the video. It's really good, actually. So obviously that's all the floor done.
And I did use Ticket One as well.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry, Dave. Am I setting your Alexa off as well? Alexa, say Penny, paint with Penny is excellent. No, I've just done that on mine now. Alexa, volume 0. Yeah, I just woke up Alexa up in Leeds. So trouble is with that Alexa rubbish, it's teaching people not to say please. Do you know what? That's not a bad. Yeah, I'll take that comment. Yeah, so maybe I should reprogram mine that it will automatically cancel the command you've just told it unless you say please. Yeah, the Alexa I bought is the Echo Show 2. Basically, what happened, I'd been umming and ahhing between that and the Fire Stick. Because at night time I put no TV on and I kind of watch it till I fall asleep. And the Fire Stick was about 50 quid and the show was like 80 quid. And then they had the Amazon Prime Day and they reduced the price of the show down to 50 quid. So I thought, well, if they're the same price, I might as well get the show. And I thought I'll have that as like a bedside alarm clock. And then just as I got home, they reduced the price of the Fire Stick down to 20 quid. So guess what? I bought that too. So now the show sits on. But I got it yesterday, and I've been so much to learn about it. So many features. I've only really touched the tip of the iceberg. Right. So shall we get on with some building?
Absolutely, yeah.
I don't think there's a lot to build. But I think it's going to add quite a lot to it. So I bought my magazine this morning. Even the lady in WH Smith's was quite excited about it. And oh, sorry guys, I've oh no, that's Horlicks' view. I thought that was mine. So and tell you what, I was checking the magazine out in the canteen today. You'll never believe this. And some new driver just says to me, "Oh, I haven't got that far yet." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, I do the Routemaster as well." He's about 4 or 5 weeks behind us. So yeah. And I'm like, "Oh, brilliant." So I'm showing him this week's magazine, and he's getting quite excited about it. So that's what we've got this week. I'll open it up in a moment. Basically a bit of metal framework and a small pack of screws. So it shouldn't take too long.
That looks quite big.
It is. Well, I think it's half the size of the floor. So bear with me a sec. I seem to have mislaid my screwdriver. I was playing around with a 3D printer yesterday, and it's probably left it outside. So, yeah, Mrs. Disorganised as usual.
We'll have to go. Remember, she's got 2 sets now, hasn't she? She should keep one by the printer and one by the desk.
Yeah. Or get a lanyard and put it around the lanyard.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I don't want to use the new one until the old one is knackered. But there it is. Yeah, I don't really want to start the new one until the old one's had it. So, but because I know if I start it, I'll get the bits muddled up, and
yeah,
you know, and some will be more worn than others, and yeah, but I know what'll happen. I'll probably lose a bit one day. I've done really, really well. Normally I lose bits and things and whatnots, and I've lost one bit from it, and I know where it is roughly. It's on the floor down there somewhere. But I've kept everything neat and tidy by my own standards, and yeah, I'm really happy with myself. So,
Michael John Wick says that you're blurry too, Penny. I think we need to blame that Alexa that Penny's got. I think she's sucking all of Penny's internet out of it.
Alexa, make my screen crisper.
She's probably Alexa's.
I didn't understand
all your bandwidth, and that's it.
No. Yeah, I mean, from my view, it looks all right. I mean, I'll tell you what I'll do. I mean, I don't think that's the case, but Alexa is now disconnected. Is that any better? Right. Okay, so I can see you've got the front page of the magazine up.
The magazine.
Magazine.
Yeah.
This is so tightly packed, it's really difficult to get the bit out. Oh. Unless they sellotaped. Yeah, no, that is clamped in really well. Oh.
So I can't remember. I did put it on my Monday video. When do we actually attach the chassis to the floor, to the chassis at the bottom?
I can't remember. I think it's within the next 4 issues that you're up to, actually.
Yeah. Okay. Because my next issue. Issue is another bit of floor and what looks like switches.
Yeah.
I know a bit of the ceiling and switches, and then the following issue after that is my LEDs.
Right.
A big bit of metal.
Big bit. Oh, big bit of metal.
which I think is the rear floor. So, yeah, I was just wondering because I had a play the other day off camera, and I could actually get mine onto the chassis quite nicely.
Yeah,
Issue 65.
right.
65.
65.
Oh, that's ages away.
Oh, just
I think.
trust me, right?
No.
You think you're looking forward to it, but you're probably not. Once you realise what you got to go through, you'll
Well,
be
no,
like,
I've already
"Oh,
done it.
no."
I had a test drive.
What, you
Yeah.
screwed it all in?
No, I didn't screw it, but I placed it.
Yeah.
All right. Oh,
65.
yeah, you're placing it all right. But what you'll do is once you screw it all in, you'll realise there's something you've missed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely issue 65.
Oh, all right, cool. Well, I'm only on. Well, when I'm up to date in another 2 weeks, I'll be on 58. So I've got another month yet.
Excellent.
Then.
Right. So I just had a quick dry fit, and I can confirm that this chassis is approximately half of the length of the bus. So
Yeah. Thanks, Michael. Yeah, Fleetwood got it. Yeah, that's cool.
right. Okay. So I'm ready whenever you are, then, Mr. H.
Horlicks, I'm still doing the ceiling mods. Bless your cotton socks. No, I'm literally I haven't done any mods yet because I'm waiting for some stickers.
Oh, bugger. I'm so sorry. I forgot. Right. Hang on. Alexa, set alarm for tomorrow, 9 a.m. Text, sort out stickers.
Didn't you unplug Alexa?
Yeah, I just plugged it back in again.
For a minute, I thought, oh, she's talking to.
Right. I can't do the text, but I've set an alarm for 9 a.m., which is way after I'll be up. And then I'll go, what the hell's that alarm for?
All right. But no, I haven't done any mods yet.
I need to send Dave Say some as well. Right.
Well, I'm happy if you want. I've got some stamps here, so if you send them all to me and tell me how many you want me to send on to Dave.
No. It's just
I'm happy to do that because we've got a load of stamps in the drawer that are going to go out of date.
They're £5 a set. I'm filthy rich with all the hours I'm doing. I'll get you a set each, and then if you want to give any away or whatever, you can.
Well, it won't be enough for that because I'll be having half of what you had left.
All right, hang on a sec. I'm just going to do something for the benefit of Mark Knight. Alexa, please could you set an alarm for 9 a.m. tomorrow? Thank you. All done. There you go, Mark. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Actually, I could sit here and go, cancel all alarms. And
Paul's got to now unset the alarm on his Alexa.
Yeah. But no, I'll just go, insert a name. Could you unset all alarms? And then I'll have loads of emails tomorrow going, you bugger, I couldn't get up because my alarm didn't go off. Now, I know exactly what you mean, Mark. But I suppose you could say please, because I've just said please and it's set the alarm. Right, come on then. It's 10 to 9 and we have no idea what we're doing officially.
Okay. So we are. Oh, this is a bit different.
Yeah. Yeah, Adrian is just brilliant. He's just got better and better. So he's actually scanned the entire magazine.
Content. Oh, right. Okay, I see. Brilliant. Okay, right. So lower deck ceiling framework. In this issue, we fit a framework to the underside of the upper deck so that the ceiling of the lower deck can be fixed to it. And then we've got 74A, which is the ceiling framework, which is being displayed as we speak.
Yep, and this is it.
And we should have 6 JP screws.
We have got 6 JP screws, and the framework, as you can tell, is metal.
Brilliant.
And now what I notice about this is on this side it is absolutely flat, but this side, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's got a bit of a curve to it. So presumably that's so it can sit on the roof of the lower deck.
Mm-hmm.
I've already done a dry fit while I was waiting for you. So this flat bit is it's definitely this way up, flat side up. But we'll go through that in the magazine anyway. So what are we doing now?
Right, so carefully turn the assembled upper deck floor upside down and make sure it is well supported so the seats do not get damaged.
Right. So I cannot think of an easy way to do that. So, but I'll let you go through all the mag and then.
Okay. So position the lower deck ceiling framework 74A on the underside of the rear section of the floor, 71A. The 5 corner sockets on the framework, circled in red, should align with 5 raised screw sockets on the underside of the floor, circled in blue. Fix in place with 5 JP screws.
Right. Okay. So I've been having a little look. So what we've got here, we have 5 holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So what I'm going to do, I've had a little dry fit and I think this is going to work. I've actually got the seat on its side. I don't know if you can see it there. Okay. So I've got them on its side. And then because of the bit that's sticking out, right, looking at the back, you've actually got 9 tabs. I will just pop that there. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, obviously, this is going to fit one side or the other. Looking at that sticky out bit there, I assume it's going to go somewhere near the stairs. So I've located 3 tabs there. 1, 2, 3. And I've done a dry fit. And I can see that that goes over there quite nice. And that's a really nice fit. So what I thought I might try, I mean, that's, you see that that's hanging there perfect. So I might just pop the screw in there and support it from behind as I screw it in. As usual, just pop it in enough to bite. Then we'll go down here and then we'll go this one and then finish up with the middle one. And I think that as long as we're supporting it from behind, because it's, you can tell it's not quite fitting. So I think what that's going to do, I think that the floor is just ever so slightly that shape. That's an exaggeration. So as we screw it in, it's going to pull that floor in straight, which might actually straighten some of those seats. Does any of that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Right, so I'll start off with just the 2 screws, and they'll be the opposite diagonals. So I've got my J1 bit in, which is the bit I've been using for weeks and weeks and weeks, because all we've been using for weeks is J1 screws. So I'm going right to the sticky out bit at the back there. And as I push it, this bottom bit's coming out, which is why I want to support it. So I'm just going to put my finger on the bottom of the floor behind the screw hole, and I'll just support that. And I'll just pop that in. There we go. That wasn't quite lined up, but as I screwed it in, it kind of lined itself up. So that's in, not fully. You see I can move it all around. I don't want to move it though. And then what I'll do is I'll try and get this one in. And theoretically, the next 3 screws will come in really nice. So, trying to think, yeah.
Bon Brooke said don't forget the 3 little peg holes as well.
Oh yes, right. I'll show you those while I still can. The 3 peg holes. Right, yes. Let me go backwards, because I actually thought they were right. So yeah, the 3 peg, yeah. So you've got here, there, and there, and there actually. You've got 4 peg holes, and they're going to go into the framework here in the middle, which is going to help you line it up. So you've actually got, although you've only got 5 screws, you've got 9 points to line it up with. So wiggle it a bit, get this screw hole lined up, give it a bit of a wiggle. Maybe that was what that click was, but you can see now that if I'd have gone in full force on this first screw and it wasn't quite lined up, I'd have just snapped those pegs off, wouldn't I? Right, so let's get this one in. And I think this second one is going to be the hardest. Once that's in, I think everything's going to go in fine. And that was actually relatively easy. So we've got 2 in, and yeah, a little bit of wiggling, it just kind of falls in. Make sure it's all in. Yeah, those 2 pegs weren't quite in. So yeah. As I push it, it's going in wherever I'm pushing it. It's just trying to come out on the other side. So I'll carefully pop another screw in again, just enough to bite. I know I say that a lot, but I just think that's the easiest way to go about. So that one's in. And then the 4th one. So again, supporting it from behind.
Marks on one.
Marks on one.
Yeah, just pop it in and support it from behind. Bit of a wiggle seems to solve a lot of problems.
Yeah.
And he said we don't get out much, do we?
No. Well, I certainly do. Right, so I've just got them in enough to bite, and I'm just making sure all those pegs are lined up properly. I'm really happy with that, so I'm just going to go ahead and tighten them up. Looking at the peg holes that we're screwing, or the screw holes, but in actual fact, they're going in really nice. And what's actually happening is the screw is going in, and then all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, there's tons of resistance. And that's the point I'm stopping. Oh, I missed the last one out on the end. So that, I think, is them in all tight. So obviously we've got a little bit of looseness there, but that's because the end screws go there. So if that is a million times
That's a really good, I'm glad they've done that, actually, because I haven't obviously got that far, but I could tell it was really loose on that join. So that's just like
it was stronger, and I'm like I say, I had the confidence, because if you look at where these holes are on the side, I knew something was going to come in, but that's interesting because it's not really that much heavier. So if I just turn this over, let's have a little examine. So what we've got here is we've got the 5 screws there, 2 screws there, the 4 pegs are there. We then look at the other side, we can now see where that's going to go in. Let me just try and adjust that. So, right, we've got a peg there, 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 and there. So they've spaced the pegs out, the holes differently there. So you're not going to be able to get it the wrong way round because it won't match. We've got 4 pegs there to line it up with. Be quite interesting to see how it'll go over this. Well, it'll go over like that. And then you might be asking the question, but this is only attached by 4 screws. But as you can see, the 2 chassis, I'm going to call them upper chassis, but they're going to join here. So when we do this second piece, I would be expecting 1 piece of framework and 12 JP screws. So they'll give us 13 JP screws.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So screw here, 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 and here, and then 2 there, 2 there, 2 there, 2 there, and then the 4 pegs there to line them up with.
Mind you, the ones on the other frame will probably be an M screw, won't they?
No.
No.
Oh, yes. Good point. Yes. So 5 JP screws. Yeah, because that's screwing into metal. So what do you think that will be then going in there?
Oh,
A PM screw.
yeah, I can't remember what we used to attach the other chassis together, but it'll probably be the same ones.
But
I
it
wonder
doesn't look a lot. That doesn't look long.
I'm wondering if we'll have the same problem with them being difficult to tighten up and then they get loose over time.
Do you know what? Actually, looking at the size of these channels, I wouldn't be surprised if we got 2 kind of M screws. Because these bits here are a little bit more shallow than these 2. So we could be really lucky and get 3 types of screws. So maybe we can get some EM screws, which will replace the 2 that I've stolen for the motor for the orrery.
Yeah.
Right. So what's the next stage, Horlicks?
Finished view.
Finished view. So I don't really want to play with this too much because it has got a loose end. But this is basically the finished view. Now, from here to the back, it is really, really rigid. There's only 5 screws in there, but it's just so rigid. But this side, well, it makes this feel like jelly. It's not any weaker than it was last week, but because this is now so solid, this is now feeling so weak. It's like when you remember that thing you did in science where you put your hands in cold and hot water, and then you put your hands in lukewarm water, and one feels really hot and one feels really cold. It's because it's loose there. You can see, look, there's no movement at all there, but this is wobbly as anything. And Michael John Wick says not good having a loose end. So what's coming next week then?
Right. Electrical connections are made so that you can test the lower deck ceiling lights, headlights, and sound effects.
Okay, so that means that we are finally going to be fitting in the battery box.
Yes. So have you soldered yours in yet?
Pardon?
Have you repaired yours yet?
No, I was going to do that on stream.
So, yeah, maybe, I don't know what, well, obviously we've got Jason on. I don't know, when are you going to do that?
Next
Today?
week. Next week.
Next week.
Yeah. I've got half of mine all connected now, but so I know my bell works. The only thing I'm having a problem with is my headlights, but somebody said to me it could be the main board's faulty, and they changed the main board, and it works fine. So I might have a faulty board.
Right.
Yeah, I'm actually feeling hypocritically worried, and by that I mean, I've tested every single bit of my electrics. I've even tested straight wires, haven't I? With what do you call it? Continuity meters and stuff like that. I'm confident every single bit of mine works. I'm actually worried that once I plug it in, it won't work. And yet, when you said that, my response to that was, well, don't be silly. You've checked it all carefully. There's absolutely no reason why it won't work.
No.
And here I am worried that it's not going to work. So my image still seems grainy. I don't know, maybe it's the broadband then. Maybe it's YouTube. Maybe it's, I'll tell you what. Is that any better?
Not yet. It comes and goes. I think mine's the same. It's a bit weird.
Right. I mean, I'm not going to turn my little aircon unit off because that's all I've got to stop me from boiling.
How's it working out? Is it all right?
It's a bit naff. I'm really disappointed by the plug I bought it on Amazon UK, and it's come with a Chinese plug with no adapter. The only reason I can use it is because the Ender 3 printer came with 2 Chinese adapters.
Yeah.
So I'm really disappointed that I bought. I mean, I accept the printer coming with a Chinese plug because I bought it from a Chinese company, and I saved 20 quid by buying it from Banggood. So, but at least they bothered to put a UK adapter plug in. So I am really disappointed in that sense. They are cheap. They're very cheap construction, but they're 15 quid each. So what do you expect?
You've got a load of ice in the freezer for it.
No, the unit's actually too small. Yeah, too small for it. But what you do is, see, that worries me. Oh, I see. That's right. Okay. So you fill this up with water, and of course, used. It reckons it can last up to 10 hours, but it's used most of that now. And then this is the little unit, and then you put this as a little reservoir, and it fills the reservoir up. And there's a little plunger on it, and that goes in there, and you turn it on. And obviously you can't feel that cool air, but that cool air is coming at you right now. And as you see, look, the sides just burst.
Oh.
So that's how cheap it is. Oh, there we go. That's sort of back together again. So, yeah, that's broken already. So I haven't even done the second one yet. Oh, it goes back together again. So maybe that's why you got to put the lid on. One of the clips fell off, so I can't lock it and unlock it. So I had to push that back on. But it works. It does the job. I'm not going to complain about it because, like I say, if that had cost me 300 quid, then I'd be I'd be like, whoa, I want a replacement. You want your money's worth. And
yeah.
I've got my 15 quid's worth. So, right, guys, if you don't object, I'm going to put this roof, bounce it back on the bus because I don't want to accidentally knock it. So I shall let me go back to. Let me hand you over to Horlicks and Jason.
Right, so Jason, have you ordered another circuit board?
I'm trying to find one without paying too much on eBay at the moment. Do you know what I mean? Just as a backup, if you know what I mean, more than anything else. So,
cool. Where did you get yours from?
I get mine from eBay normally. You know what I mean? Because I don't know if Hachette have got a spare issue. Is it 58? Is it? I think it is.
Yeah.
I
was going to say, wouldn't they send you a replacement free? Or
I haven't really thought about that. Do you know? I'd just rather buy another one and then have a copy to here just in case. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just got to wait and see till next week, if you know what I mean. So cross fingers, if you know what I mean. But I've got enough to keep me busy until then. So
yeah.
I was going to say, those covering those seats will probably keep you busy for a few weeks, won't they?
I've done them all, haven't I?
Have you?
Yeah, I've got the whole deck.
Did you wait till all the seats come in and do them all in one go, or did you do them week by week?
I did it all in one go. And I did that video virtually on the end of me finishing the seats.
Right.
So
fair enough, yeah.
I had seat fever by the end of it.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, I got excited about this framework, and I still do like it. But it was like, hang on, it's still screwing, isn't it? But to be honest with you, 90% of what we're going to be doing is going to be screwing screws, isn't it? But it's nice. I didn't really have a problem with the seats, but it's nice to do something different from the seats.
Yeah.
So is there a reason someone's showing us their belly? Is that you, Jason?
No, I'll just try to get it down to on my bus.
This is what I wanted to see. So let me do a fixed view on you. So there seems to be little bits and bobs on your seat. Would you like to tell me all about it?
Well, there's a crisp packet at the back here. Someone's left some Aspro tablets.
Fantastic.
And then somebody's left some opal fruits.
Opal fruits.
Yeah. First aid kit.
Don't we need first aid kit? Oh, is that a sandwich box?
Yeah, it's.
Oh, that's awesome.
There's a dairy milk.
Oh.
There's some posh biscuits. And there's a proper old Bourneville.
Bourneville.
And there's a pack of jelly tots. I can't try and get to. It's so long, it's so hard to see, but there's a pack of jelly tots just there.
It's quite small as well, isn't it?
Yeah, but
and then there's various tickets left on the floor.
Yeah, that's the jelly tots there.
Oh, that is brilliant.
It's brilliant, yeah.
But I like the tickets. You haven't chucked them all around evenly. Is that a Smith Salt and Shake?
Yes.
Wow.
And it's got 3D on it as well, so
three old pence.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
That's the Aspro box.
What is Aspro? I've not heard of that.
It's aspirin, isn't it?
Aspirin. Is it? Because everyone took aspirin in those days. Yeah. That looks like the opal fruits.
Yes, it is, yeah.
I remember opal fruits. I got very upset when they changed them to Starbucks. The other one that I got really upset about is Snickers.
Yeah.
Remember what they changed them from?
Marathon. There's the first aid kit.
That's brilliant. How the hell do you leave? Mind you saying that, apparently on the London Underground, they've got a false leg in lost property. Yeah. I just want to know how someone's hobbling along going, I'm missing something, but I just can't think what it is.
Well, he must be legless, then.
Yeah. Oh, here's another old chocolate bar for you. What's got a hazelnut in every bite? Squirrel poo.
Yeah, lovely.
Brilliant. Yeah, I like them. They're so cute.
So did you make them or did you buy them?
I got them off eBay.
Right.
That's a little Bourneville. I have got more to come. To go with the Aspro bottle, I got a bottle of cognac. So someone looks like they've had a night out and got a raging headache.
Excellent. Well, I've got something exciting as well. I haven't tested it, but you'll like this. I might just have to change my view. This may come in useful. And Love Minis, I'm really going to need your help on this because I want to know if you've heard of it and if it's any good. So last week I got my asset drop box, the discovery box. It hasn't got many items in it because it's got some good items in. But I've even forgotten to eat the chocolate, the sweets.
Oh, that looks nice.
Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you what, if you're into painting at all, they've started putting these practice tiles on. So you see there that you can practice doing edging and stuff. But I think I've actually opened the wrong box. You've got Green Stuff World make the best. It's brilliant. But this is True Blood. Obviously not suitable for the bus. And they've got these acrylic paints, which I've never used anything like this. So I'm a bit worried. But I've actually opened the wrong box up. And we've got some weathering powders. Fall Season, Dirty Green Fixer. And we've got Sprout Green. But every month they send you a few little bits and bobs. And they send you a little painting guide as well. And then it gives you ideas of what to paint with it. So you've got moss effects. So, you know, on my Newport bus, I might put the moss effects around the rubber seals on the windows. Because over time they do go a bit mossy, don't they? I won't overdo it.
You could do it on the roof as well.
Yeah, yeah. But you see that using the practice tile to do this soul fire. But I've got the wrong one anyway, because what I wanted to show you, tutorial, there we go, there's another one as well. So you got some slatey boxes there. Oh, Turkish Delight. So yeah, it's all stuff to practice with. But let me get the correct one. Obviously, I'll leave that out for no reason whatsoever. Right.
Emergency sugar hit.
Yeah. Well, you know, you've got to have your sugar hit while you. Yeah, this is the other box that I get. This one comes 2 months, every other month, and oh, maybe it was. Oh, here you go. This one we got a sour one. Maybe it was last month then. Do you know what? I'm sorry, I've misinformed you. It must have been last month's box then. So it's been sitting there doing nothing for a month. Right, guys. I'll let you chat for a second while I find that box, because I think you'll be excited about it.
Oh, the camera's not even on.
Sorry, I put you on the spot, haven't I?
There you go. Let's have a look. Who remembers that Amazon bar? Oh, not me. Amazon.
Not me.
What's
No, I don't know that one, Steve. Double deckers used to be great too, until they seem to change the flavour of them. Yeah, I have had that. I do like double decker, but I only know them as they are now. Yeah, Turkish Delight, I like that. Not a lot of people like that.
I found it.
I like the real ones that you get with the powder on.
Oh yeah.
Right, guys, do you want to have a look at last month's Discovery box?
Go on then.
So the sweeties that we got were this tiger tongue. Anyway, right. So more tutorial tiles. And these are just really good. Basically, you can paint these and then strip all the paint off and then paint them again. Like you got some detail for edging on there. And then these Reapers they've got. This is for now. This is a new thing for me. I'm talking things that are irrelevant to the bus, but obviously heavy fresh wash. When you paint metallics, you've got these lovely metallic paints that you use. And there is a skill that I'm really not good at called non-metallic metals. And what that means is using non-metallic paints like your yellows and your oranges to paint it to make it look like metallics. Apparently it gives a much more realistic look. But this is your highlights and your gold base and your gold shadow. But this is what I wanted to talk about. I want to give these a try. And one of the difficult things to paint is chrome. Really, really hard to get a good chrome paint. But what they've given us to sample are these pens by Molotow. I've heard of them. Now, this is liquid chrome. And you just use it like a pen.
I've got the same pen, Penny.
Is it good?
Brilliant.
It's
That's
brilliant.
what I've done on all my handrails on the bus. I've gone round and used the chrome pen on them.
This is just called acrylic 125 HS. Oh, hang on, color at the top. This is a metallic black, and this is a metallic silver. So I will be giving, because chrome, apparently silver's good. I mean, I've got some fantastic silvers, but if this is good, I may actually go through all of my silver on the bus and replace it with this chrome. But where I'm thinking this might be useful, you know, where we've got blemishes on, I'll tell you what I'll do. I've got a scrap. I've got a box that didn't come out well enough. There you go. Right, these. So I might give them a go. It may not work straight on bare plastic, but oh, do we have to get it going?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you know where we had some blemishes on like the handrails and things.
Yeah.
Where like they were just here we go. So there's a little line down here, which was obviously on the mold casings. Now, I would leave that because if I file that down and I file it down to the bare plastic, the only option I've got is to paint it with silver paint, and it probably won't look bad. But if this is a really good thing, then what I'll probably do is I'll go through all of these, just file them, just tidy them all up, and then go over them with a chrome pen.
Depends what type of nib you got. I've got a slightly chunkier nib on mine.
Right. This is
It's easier.
This is a 2mm, I think it said.
I'm not too sure what this was. 2mm, yeah, pump marker.
Oh, it doesn't say. 1mm.
All right, I've got the 2mm.
Well, you know, I'll have to just go. I'll just take me twice as long. Blackjacks and fruit salad. So,
but where I've used mine is like on the driver's door handle. I used that pen on there, and the little handle on the front destination. I chrome that as well.
I'll take it unpumped. Oh, there we go. We'll start. Wow! Wow! Oh my God!
And some people, what they do is they pump some out and then get a fine paintbrush and then use the liquid. Yeah, use a paintbrush.
Actually, now I've pumped some in, I'm not actually needing to press it down so much.
No.
Right. How long will this take to dry, do you think? 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Usual kind of paint thing?
Sort of, yeah.
Right. Look at that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not showing up, but that is a mirror finish. You don't get that with metallic paints, do you? So I think we might have just stumbled across a winner here, haven't we?
Yeah.
So let's try the metallic black. Oh, no, this is a 2mm, I think it said. Sure, it said 2mm. 2mm. So this is a fatter one. So presumably that white nib is going to go black.
Yeah.
So I'll be interested to see, because black's not a colour you associate with being metallic, is it?
No.
Oh, that's a lot easier to apply. Much, much easier. So if this is the same as the chrome, I'd say you're probably better off getting the 2mm chrome. Obviously, I've got the 1mm because that's what I've been given. But I've got to be honest with you, that's not particularly blowing me away. That just looks like black paint to me.
Gloss black.
Yeah. But that chrome is really blowing me away. So let's try the silver, and then we can do a direct comparison between the silver and that's a 2mm as well. So we can do a direct comparison between the silver and the handrails from the bus. Oh, that's quite liquidy and really flowing. It looks like I've put way too much on there. So this is why I use practice pieces, because I think I've just flooded that with the paint. But definitely not chrome, is it?
No.
But you can now see, comparing the two together, I don't know if you'll see it on the camera. I flooded that. There's way too much on there. But you can see that silver is nothing like chrome, is it?
No.
It actually sitting next to the chrome, it just looks like grey paint. It is metallic, but let's get the handrail out.
I think I need one of those chrome pens for my my VW Beetle.
Yeah.
I did that on my Lego.
I think I need to replace all of these with chrome So I think I need to go through that whole bus and replace all the silver bits with chrome, because I really feel, no offense to Hachette, I mean no negativity by this, but having seen that chrome pen, I am really not happy with these rails anymore.
No. I did the same thing. I used it on my Lego Volkswagen Beetle and the camper van.
Yeah.
The wheel discs, they were plain Lego grey. I used chrome on it, and it's come out quite.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, yeah.
But also, I mean, I'm liking this 1mm because that to me says I've made a mistake. Let's just touch it up. And obviously I can, because that's the difference. Actually, saying that, I can go quite precise on the 2mm. You can see the line widths are about the same. So I think it would be. Do you know how fat these go?
I think 2mm is. I think it goes up to 4mm, but I
Right.
think 2mm is the.
Well, I would perhaps be thinking about having a 1mm and a 4mm in my arsenal.
And a 2 and a 3 just for giggles.
So, no, I'm really chuffed with that. So I don't let's have a look. You used to be able to buy the individual paints from Asset Drop. I know for a while they stopped it, but I might be able to drum up a bit of trade for them here. So I got a feeling I don't know.
Apparently, they do a refill for the pens as well.
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
Do they? Yeah,
although
they
it's
don't
like
do the individual. But while I'm here, I'll show you the boxes. They've got 4 boxes. I bought. The first one that came out was the Discovery box, and the Discovery box is purely paints and things. You usually get three like the latest box, 3 acrylics from a returning favorite, 3 acrylic markers, 1 acrylic wash, and I thought that was a little bit light, but I looked at those markers and I thought, well, they look quite expensive, which is why there's not so much. But some weeks you get a lot more, some weeks you don't get a lot. But it's all about trying new paints out. And it's £20 a month. There is a little bit of postage on there as well. But if you order like 2 boxes, you don't pay twice as much postage. The other box I used to do was the heroines, and you get a miniature with this, and you usually get a miniature, and you get some. I've got that one. No, I haven't got that one, but I just started to get a bit of short money, and something had to go. A box that I've tried the once is the Heroes, and that one didn't thrill. Yeah, I can buy male figures from anywhere. By the way, you do always get like this one, £21.90, and you get at least £27 worth of stuff in it. So you get a discount, but you get no choice in what you get, and you don't know what's in it. And then the Monsters box, it's you usually get over 40 quid worth of value for £31.90, and that's every 2 months. And you do get some terrific stuff in there. Where are we? I've shown you this like a million times, but this is one of the Monsters boxes from a few months back. So that's what I got for about 30 quid. And if anyone's tried to buy miniatures, you know you won't buy that from Games Workshop for 30 quid. This one, in fact, this one, which is a nice model, I think that's about 25 quid. And if I put the two together, but you don't get any paints with this one you do. So, and you get to try different things out. And there was one I've shown you the Orc before. It's quite fragile, so I won't show you. But it's not a monster-sized model, but it's a monstrous package, and well worth the money. And you know, sometimes a highly detailed model is worth more than a big model. You know, a big model with lack of detail. So, but yeah, I'll have a little look for them. So it's Molotov. I want to say Molotov, but that's a cocktail of some kind, isn't it?
Petrol bomb.
Yeah. So I'll have a look at these and I'll see how much they cost. But I would, in fact, I'll take some photos and I'll post them in the Facebook group. You can see like where I flooded that silver. The finish is actually quite nice, but it's just that where it comes flying out of the pen, there's a big puddle there, and it may not actually go nice. Obviously, I've never used these properly. Can I give this a second coat once that's dry?
Yes. Yeah.
Will it, in your experience, give a slightly better finish?
Yeah, I've done mine 2 or 3 coats, and it's never given me any problems. So,
I mean, obviously, being a miniature painter, one of the things that I've always been taught is you give it 2 thin coats, and then that will improve the finish.
Yeah.
Now, there are some things like those metal coats I got from these ones. These are fantastic. These are absolutely amazing. And to be honest with you, a lot of times you don't need a second coat. And you can use these straight out of the bottle, but I still dilute them 50-50. And if I'm planning on you can dilute them 50-50 and not give them a set. In fact, this is metal color, metal coat. The finish on that is brilliant.
I did my handbrake with the chrome pen.
Yeah, right. So I suppose I better ask the question, Adrian, do you want me to go over this with the chrome pen? And right, Horlicks, you've painted a little. Do you think you would be more confident with the pen than the paintbrush?
I'm not sure really. I think depending on what you're using it for. I mean, if you're doing detailed things, I think it's better to pump some out and use a brush.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've already got one on my wish list already.
Well, you've just been putting on just as we've been speaking, have you?
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, yeah,
no,
I'm gonna get one of them.
Can you tell us how much? These are from Amazon, is it?
Yeah, they've got a few. It looks like they go up to 5 mil. It's £4.11 for the 1 mil.
It is. Wow, that's nothing.
No, the 2 mils £4.19. Oh, saying that, you've got like a £1.50 delivery charge on these prices.
Right.
The 4 mil nib is £5.41. If you want the refill, it's 20 quid.
Oh, but that's probably going to fill up multiples, is it?
But that's 30 mil in there.
Right. Does it say how much it contains in the pens? Because I can't see it written on any of these pens.
I don't think it says.
This the silver one, it's got a little guide on the side, which I assume that's millimeters. So if I just bring
the 5 mil nib one is like £11 something, but the actual shaft looks bigger. Oh god, here we go. The shaft looks bigger, so I think there's more ink in it.
You just started someone off there, haven't you?
Yeah.
They're non-toxic. But this one, it looks like it's got 8 mil in it, and it says max. So obviously these are designed to be refilled. Let's have a look. I'm probably going to make a mess here. Oh, maybe that's not how you refill it. Oh, there we go. There you go. Look, that's a piece of doddle to refill. Look at that. So you obviously take that little cap off there, and you're going to pour the new paint in. Brilliant. So what would be interesting then is if you're well, obviously you've got it up. Can you bring up your Amazon on the screen share?
I can.
The question I want to ask is, could you get the refill and then use it as a paint pot and then use it with a brush?
You could do.
Yeah, there's the refill. It looks like a paint bowl.
So what all you would probably do is just squeeze a drop onto a palette.
Yeah.
So how much is that for 30 mil?
£20.
That's cheap. That's not right. If for
Yeah, it's in like a paint dropper.
right, 17 mil of Vallejo model color, you're talking around about £3. But they're your basic pens. This is a specialist pen. With like these metal colors, they are more expensive.
Oh.
But they're bigger bottles. I think these work out about 1.5 times the cost of these milliliter for penny, but I dilute them 50/50. So they are more expensive. Oh my God.
There's a picture here of them using it in an airbrush.
Wow.
That's the refill.
I need that in my life.
Yeah, it's just like a dripper.
Wow.
I know. I'd be dangerous because it's that sort of colour that I'd just be spraying and painting everything in chrome.
Yeah, you'll go, Bella, you're now chrome.
Yeah. Oh, tape measure. Well, I'll paint that chrome.
Well, I'm just seeing so many applications for it.
If it don't move, paint it.
Oh,
Yeah.
3D prints, file it all nice and smooth, spray some primer over it and put some chrome on it. It's gonna look, look, now it's starting to dry. It just looks, obviously I'm gonna pick up the detail on the actual print. I haven't prepared the print, but now it's dried off a little bit. Like, you think that was wet, wouldn't you? I am really. I'll be honest with you. I personally, I'm not super impressed with that black metallic. That doesn't thrill me at all. And that's
no. I suppose that's just a bit like a Sharpie, isn't it?
Yeah, and that silver's just not really thrilling me at all. Did someone just set off something there?
That's me.
Okay.
How's your new tablet thing working out for you, Jason?
Amazing.
Yeah.
The sound quality is actually brilliant. It's got the B&O audio on it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I've just got it in tablet form and watch it on the desk now. So it's a lot easier. It's touchscreen as well, and I have got the active pen that goes with it as well.
All right, yeah.
So I can write and draw and that on it as well. So it's much easier. Makes it easier for doing my YouTube channel and videos. Just have to touch screen, stop the camera, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant.
What I've just done there is I've just painted a little bit of the Vallejo metal coat on, and to be honest with you, I can't tell any difference between that pen and the color coat. But obviously, I've deliberately touched it right up to the chrome, and the camera's not doing it any justice at all for that chrome. But yeah, I've got to be honest with you. I personally would take. I can see I'll use this pen, but I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't buy another one. And that black, I don't even know if I'm going to use that black. But it's good. It looks a good little pen. Maybe this black might be good. When you paint metallics, you always paint metallics over black. So I'm thinking maybe go over it with this pen as an undercoat. So that might be a better idea. Do you know what, Dave? I was going to do that mod, wasn't I? I think that's going to be quite simple to do. It's just making 2 little blocks. So
Yeah.
I knew you'd say that, Mark. Yeah, I was shaking for I remember using something which said shake well before use. Well, I was shaking for half an hour. Didn't seem to make a ruddy difference. Can I tell you a rude joke? Bordering on so sick that I'll save it for later because it's really, really bad actually. So yeah, ignore me on that one. I'm just going to eat some sweets. I'll be 100% honest with you. Stuart's just asked, interesting to note we paint metallic over black. Why, Penny? I'll be absolutely honest with you. I do it because I've been told to do it. But I think it's got something to do with, because you've got a black base, it's going to sort of, I think it's probably contrast. Metallics tend to be lighter paints. But I got to be honest with you, the real answer is I do that because that's what I've been told to do. So that's a really crappy answer, but that's an honest answer. But I know who'll know. Love Minis will know, because what Love Minis doesn't know isn't worth knowing, in my opinion.
Well, you're back in 3 seconds, so just grab a water.
Yeah, no problem. I'm going to go.
I'll get him through water like no, it's so hot in here.
I'll tell you what, if you'd have bought this month's Hachette Drop box and you got this with it, you'd really like it. Chris Davies, I have ordered that today. It was paid for this morning, so you'll be taking in a delivery for me in about 3 or 4 days. So, Love Minis tell us. So, what I've done a bit of a naughty, because I'm going to be going around Chris Davies once every 4 weeks to help him with the bus build. He started doing the Jaguar, so I've decided to take the Jaguar on just as a little personal project. I'm not going to film it or anything, and then we can just build it together. So we'll be sort of build buddies. He's a month ahead of me, but what I've been told by Model Space is that you can actually ring up and make an extra payment, and they can accelerate your order by 1 month. So I could ring them up and say, can I have an extra month's worth of Jaguar? Yeah, well, that's what I'm hoping, Chris. I wanted to wait for your anniversary date so that then hopefully they'll both get sent out together. So, right, here we go. It's Bella time. So,
well, I'm just getting my water and she was waiting.
She's looking a little bit more alert and a little bit more comfortable than Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday she was a little bit, right, here we go. Use black primer to make a Pantone style paint colors. Also, it makes shadows. So there you go. That's your answer as to why we use black. Yeah, I will, Dave. I will do a mod on the back. I will look into a mod on the black back wheels. So, yeah, she definitely looks. Steve Graham says she looks bigger. You probably won't notice it, will you?
No, I mean, no, she does seem a lot more confident.
You are definitely her daddy, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous.
She
came to work today, and she was really well behaved, weren't you?
Look at
really
to work.
Good girl. Hello. Dolly kisses.
Oh, look, she's more alert now, isn't she?
She likes kisses.
Gorgeous.
And she responds to her name, though. Bella. Good girl.
Yeah, she does, don't she?
It's nice to have a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one thing, sadly, I can't have. So,
Neither can I. I've fallen in love with a rescue dog that I volunteer because 2 times a week while I'm here in Fleetwood, I walk homeless dogs or needing a home. And there's this gorgeous black and white dog called Doris. She's a staff lurcher cross.
okay.
And she's just absolutely great big oaf. She's just a cuddle monster, if you know what I mean. So
Fantastic.
I might be having her here for a couple of days next week.
So how do you feel about walking these homeless dogs, and then one day you go in to walk them and they've been rehoused?
We've had that recently. There was a dog called Bailey. He was a staffy. He was a true gentleman, absolute laugh. He found his forever home. Yes, I felt sad, but at the end of the day, if they go into a loving home, then that's what they need.
I suppose you're happy then, aren't you? Because he's gone to a nice home.
Yeah. We walked one dog called Bolts. He was a staffy, just been brought in. And you could tell looking at his face, look at his eyes, he's a lot of trouble in his life. He's had a lot of pain. He's wary of people. He's wary of places. And he's just got to get that confidence back.
Yeah.
And, it's a bit like Doris. She was severely beaten by our previous owner. She's got big scars on her nose, big scars on her backside, on her thighs.
I don't understand how anyone can do that.
No, why do you have a dog? I mean, I know this. Oh, you've just come really into focus there, Horlicks. You are crystal clear now. Well, you are to me anyway. Stuart Sullivan's asking what kind of dog she is.
She is a Boston Terrier, aka American Gentleman, because of the tuxedo sort of paint job.
That now, yeah. She don't really like being. She wants to be sleeping on you by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I. In the old days, people used to have a dog as a puppy for Christmas, and then it starts to get bigger, and then suddenly it's too big. That's poor research, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've always said I don't care what the puppies look like, because they spend a minority of their life as a puppy. The majority of their life, they're going to be fully grown, So if you got a dog which, in your opinion, is really cute as a puppy but ugly as an adult, you really don't want to be getting that dog, because it's going to spend 1 year as a puppy and 15 years as an ugly adult.
They actually say puppies are until 5 years old, and then after 5 they become an adult.
Okay, but Bella, I mean, doesn't matter what breed of dog Bella is, she's going to be cute. They always are as puppies.
Yeah.
In that sense, I quite like beagles, because in my opinion, there's less difference between an adult and a puppy with beagles than there are any other dog.
Well, to be fair, I think that is the case with Bella. I don't think she's going to change a lot more. I mean, she's probably going to get about double the size, and that'll be about it. But she'll still have her cute face.
Yeah. Sometimes people don't realise what the dog is actually for, and you've got to take that into account, haven't you?
Yeah.
Greyhounds, for example, don't they need a lot of exercise?
Yeah.
Because they are naturally running dogs.
Yeah.
So if you're not the sort of person that likes to go for long walks, don't get a greyhound.
No.
You've really got to research the dog. You've got a dog that doesn't need that much walking. So, you're not going to get in the situation where, I can't be bothered to walk her, because she doesn't need that much walking.
Yeah.
It's just great though, isn't it? Like,
the
amount of people that stop and talk to you, and it's you always get a look and people coming over, and it's good. It's more to that as well. I mean, she does like a little walk, obviously, but they're like more apartment dogs, because they apparently they're really suited to flats and things, because they just want to sleep all day.
George just let her out in the garden and she goes to have a wee, maybe a little bit of a run, and then she's worn out.
Yeah.
But I mean, I used to love my Dalmatian. I used to love but all he wants to do is just look after everyone. And that was great. And he loved his walks, but he wouldn't ever run away because he's too busy protecting everyone, which means I never really had a problem with him running off. My Staffy, on the other hand, he knew that the walk would come to an end, so he'd make sure it didn't come to an end, and he would just gone. So I couldn't let him off the lead. I had to buy one of those extending leads, the really long one, so he could still run around and go mental. But no, he would just, he knew the route of the walk, and when the route started to go back towards home, he'd run off because he just wanted to run and walk all day, and he wanted to be in everything and be the attention and love everybody. And when guests came round, you'd be like, "Oh, guest for me." No, they're not here for Penny, they're here for me.
Yeah. That's one reason why I like staffies. I also, as well, I educate people about staffies because people have got this misconception that they are the most vicious, nastiest, horriblest dog. Yes, if they've used by status items.
Everyone I know who's had a staffy, listen, like if I broke into a house with someone who had a staffy, I would be expecting to be laying on the floor, can't move in the morning, going, help, get this dog off me, he's licking me so much.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah.
And that's why I've always had staffies. One time when I lived at home with my mum, I had a staffy. I had a young mum with a daughter coming home from school, and she pulled her daughter away and said, "You see that dog? That's a vicious dog. That's a nasty dog."
Yeah.
And I stopped her and I said, "Not every dog's like that. Your daughter's quite welcome to stroke."
I do believe there's always exceptions to the rules. You do get the odd dog that may turn vicious. I will give them that.
Yeah.
But usually maybe there's a problem. But I believe 99.99% of vicious dogs, they've had it trained into them.
Yeah. And the thing is, my sister had a staff, and it was the most cutest thing ever. And he would just come and lick you to death, like you're saying. One day he did turn, and he sunk his teeth deep into her arm.
Yeah.
And it got quite scary. But when she went to the vet, he actually unfortunately had a massive tumor on his brain.
Oh.
So that's what was causing the behavior. And there was nothing they could do, so they had to get him put down.
Yeah.
There was nothing. That was the kindest thing.
Yeah. When I was young, my stepdad, he had a border collie. She was 16 years old. She had cataracts and arthritis, and she bit my cousin once. And all it was my cousin went up to, she had really long hair down to her bum, and she went to stroke the dog, and obviously as she bent forward, all her hair came forward. With the dog that can't see properly, scared the crap out of her. But you could see from the bite mark that she gave her a warning shot. It wasn't a vicious attack. It was one single bite with the front teeth, which isn't a vicious attack, is it?
No.
If they bite you with their back teeth, then they mean it. But this was a nip with the front teeth. It drew blood. I don't know. I actually don't believe she meant to draw blood. I think she went to nip. And but that was, you do something suddenly with an old dog that can't move and has got bad eyesight. But Mark Knight has just put the perfect statement. You don't get bad dogs, you get bad owners.
That's what I was about to say. Yes.
The bottom line with dogs is they're pack animals and they want to protect the pack. Even if they're not the alpha dog, they still have their place, and that, they will protect the pack, and they see you as part of the pack. So, and they'll only, but I mean, they'll turn on you if you're nasty to them. But if you pick on me enough, I'm going to turn on you. So, what's the difference? If you locked me in your back garden and didn't feed me and hit me with a stick, I'm not going to like you, am I?
No.
She's snoring.
Is she? Yeah, let's train the view on you. Oh, she's so lovely. So yeah, welcome to the Bella Show. No longer known as Routemaster Show.
Well, Blue Peter had its dog, didn't it? So at the end of the day, the Routemaster show has got a dog.
Yeah, that's true, Mark. Like poisonous spiders. Yeah, because poisonous spiders, they only bite to eat, don't they, or protect themselves? Because every animal knows that you bite and then you run away. You avoid the fight, because even if you win the fight, you're still going to get hurt, aren't you?
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
Right. So what are we going to do now then? Oh, we've got a picture there.
That's Doris who I'm looking at.
Oh, bless.
Yeah, so I saw because Jason sent me the picture yesterday, and you can tell all the scars and marks on his face. It's horrible, isn't it?
So sad. I don't understand how. I mean, if you can't look after a dog anymore, then give it to someone who can.
Yeah.
You know,
my last dog, Gypsy, she was a staff border collie cross. She was a British dog of mine, but sadly she got taken away from me in a dog attack with a German Shepherd.
Right.
It appeared absolutely out of nowhere, this German Shepherd. Got a hold of Gypsy, ragged her by her throat, crushed her windpipe, and sadly she died in the arms the next day. Oh. But I had her from 6 weeks old. I had a phone call from the RSPCA saying, can you look after a sick dog? I said, yes, no worries, I can do. And Gypsy arrived to me at 6 weeks old. She had her front leg snapped in half and her back leg smashed in 14 places. I spent £15,000 putting her surgery back together. And then 3 months later, she ended up with rickets on the front legs of her bone. So I had to spend another load of money putting her back together. So she was my world. She was my rock. And where I am now, I can't have pets. So, which is a shame, really, because at the end of the day, if I could, I'll have I'll have every staffy going. Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah. Mark Knight is bang on the money tonight. Another thing he said is that I've got more time for animals than people. At least animals are honest, and that's what I've always said. You know, when I've come home and my dog is pleased to see me, he's not just pretending because he wants food or something. He is genuinely pleased to see me.
It's nice to come home to a waggy bum.
Yeah, but it's like Fleetwood, if you come home and Sean's in a bit of a mood, she's not going to be like, but she can pretend to be happy to see you, can't she? And you have to play the game, figure out what's wrong. But if a dog's unhappy with you, you will know. Barbara the dog, yes, Barbara Woodhouse.
Sit.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, she used to frighten the hell out of me when I was a kid.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because she's quite a harsh. She was strict and hard, wasn't she? She believed very heavily in lead control.
It's almost bad as Fanny Cranach in the kitchen. She was between them two. Jeez, you know.
I don't know where I've always used choke chains and things, and I'm not really sure where I discovered a really good harness.
Yeah.
And it's got the connector on the chest. And it's really good because if your dog should run on the lead, then what will happen is once the lead goes tight, it actually pulls the dog around in a 180-degree angle. Yeah. So it now ends up running back to you. And I think that's a lot better. But I mean, choke chain, I don't think choke chains are cruel, but
I've never liked choke chains. I've always liked harnesses, but I don't like the harnesses with the quick release clips on them because they can have problems themselves. The clips can break, and then your dog could get out and run off. So it's easier to get harnessed with leather straps on. At least that way, then they're a bit more stronger.
Oh, Bella's moving.
Yeah, I let her off. She's got a little harness, but I mean, I could only get the smallest one possible, which has got the quick release on it, but it does have like a load of Velcro on it as well. Yeah. But she's not strong enough yet to pull it off. But we let her off on the beach Sunday, and she was good as gold. She didn't leave our side. Carl ran down the beach and she ran after him. Then she ran back to me. Then we both ran up the beach, and then she was up behind. So I think she'll be really good off the lead. I'm not sure with other dogs about, but obviously you're supposed to have them on a lead anyway, aren't you? Especially when you're walking with other dogs about. But no, she seems really. She met 3 Labradors yesterday.
How does she react?
Fine. She just sniffed their knees.
Well, she can't sniff the bum because she ain't big enough yet.
No.
It'd be like, would you mind just coming down so I can sniff your bum, please?
I know. I was talking to Tanya at work today. Like, imagine if the human race was like that.
Oh, lovely.
Do you know what I mean? It'd be weird, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
What, going scent marking in the corner or something?
Yeah. Just go around. No, hello.
Yeah, but can you imagine, like, you start a new job and, like, this is your desk. Okay, right? I'll just go and wee up it. Right? That's my desk.
Yeah.
I dare do that with Sean's backside sometimes. She can kill us all. Whoops, sorry, Sean's here. Whoops.
Yeah.
Mark Knight is saying that choke chains are okay for training. A lot of people still don't walk their dog holding the leash properly. And that choke chains are okay as long as they're not being used abusively. Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, I'm a little bit slightly more old school. You know, you're gonna get a tap off me if you don't. But then I do like positive rewards. You know, oh, you've been good, have a biscuit. And it's all in the tone of voice as well, isn't it? There we go, we get to see Sean now.
Yeah. I'm just about to get a thick ear later.
Probably. Oh, it's nice to see her.
Yeah, we're just saying dogs and that. If not, there's Bella.
Oh, she's so cute.
Yeah,
Put her on, yeah.
Bella,
And you could see all the various views anyway, can't you? She's lovely.
That's yeah, she literally just yesterday she fell asleep on me and she was snoring and she wouldn't move and she just sleeps on me. But I think she must be very comfortable with me, otherwise I don't think you should do it.
No. If she didn't like it, she won't go near you.
Yeah. She knows which side of bread's buttered.
Oh yeah. Well, from what I hear, I think with between you and Carl Horlicks, I think her bread is buttered on both sides, isn't it?
Oh well, truly, yeah.
Yeah.
With
yesterday we were having a fight over who she was going to sleep on.
Yeah, she got jam on one side and marmalade on the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was at a dog show on Saturday and they had some really cute stuff for puppies and there was a sweet harness I thought of Bella. Had a little pair of angel wings on the back of it. I thought it was just so sweet. It was
we went into the shop and they had like bright pink ones and ones with buttons on and all that.
Pink.
Are you going to dress your dog in pink, Horlicks?
No.
It's a bit cliche, isn't it?
I got a black and red.
Yeah, red sounds nice. I'm going to buy her a purple collar for a Christmas present.
I might get her a reindeer outfit for Christmas.
No,
an elf.
Yeah, I think that's crueler than using a choke chain all the time on her.
Yeah, but it's only for the house because they get cold. I don't want us to get cold. Oh, little hamster. Hello.
I missed that. Yeah. Oh. Did I miss my hamster? I had 15 of the hamsters. Yeah. 15. Really funny.
I never got on with them. They always used to hang off my finger, but it's because I was scared and they can smell it on you.
Yeah.
Well, Sparkle's here. She loves Charm, but she don't like me at all. I can handle her for about 2 seconds and then she'll just sit there and sit on Charm all day.
Well, the answer to that is to handle her more often.
I try, but she just don't want to know me.
Okay, fair enough.
Haven't we?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to go and take Pup downstairs because I think she needs her bed. She's so tired. Look.
Oh, look at her. She's gorgeous.
What? Mark Knight says, why the hell do people dress their dogs? Can you imagine a pack of wolves doing it? Ah, John, did you see the special deal they've got in Primark right now?
Well, no, the only reason I thought about it as a laugh because it does.
Yeah, it is. You know,
I've been reading up in the book, and that in the winter they do often require a jacket because they do get very cold.
So, what's their natural? I know because they won't have a natural habitat, will they? Because all dogs are all bred to whatever, aren't they? So there is no natural habitat, is there, for them?
No.
You know, it's not like, you know, you get like what I call the original dogs, or like you get like Australian cattle dogs and stuff like that, and their natural habitat would be sleeping in the barn, I suppose.
Well, you got huskies that live out in the cold, don't you? They got special coats.
Yeah, I love huskies. They're absolutely beautiful, but again, just the size of them, it wouldn't be suitable here.
Yeah, we've got one at the rescue called Nanook.
Oh,
he's a husky, and they also got a Malamute there as well.
Oh, I do strongly agree with naming dogs something that's suitable for that. So, like, you know, huskies and that, you give them sort of Eskimo type names.
Yeah, we've got a Staffy up there at the moment. His name's McGregor, and he goes around wearing a dicky bow all day.
Yeah, you know, the only trouble with huskies though is when they molt.
We've got one over here who lives in the pub over here. His name's Boris.
Yeah.
They walk in by the police station, which is next door, and they just give him a brush, and it's just like a fluff cloud just going absolutely everywhere.
Yeah. And you can just brush all day long, and it'll just keep coming.
Well,
hello.
Come on, let's see that thing bite your finger then. Yeah, so that hamster knows who mum is then.
Oh, definitely.
Well, come on, Dorian.
Yeah, see, no, when I had my Staffy, I made the big mistake. When he was a pup, I let him sleep on the bed. Once he slept on the bed once or twice, he can't ever not sleep on it.
Yeah, Bella goes, we're doing crate training as well. So obviously all day the crate is open for her. But when we go to bed, she goes in her crate and then she has loads of treats and fuss. So, and then she thinks it's a nice place to be.
Yeah.
So if she's ever been naughty or anything, obviously you say no, but we never use crate as a punishment.
No, because that's her safe spot, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So she doesn't mind going to crate. So she's out. She has the free run in the house when we're in.
Yeah.
And then bedtime, she goes in her crate.
Mark Knight, you should see my ex-missus after a full moon. The amount of hair I have to sweep up. Yes. She is just so perfect.
She's falling through my legs where she's falling asleep.
I just think she's just not suitable for. I mean, you could have the nicest dog owner in the world, but Bella's just not suitable for them. She's your dog.
Hey.
She was born for you, and vice versa.
That was my late gypsy.
Just change that view. Oh, bless.
So, yes, she was brilliant. She got me out of some many dark holes with my mental health, so that's why I trust her in my life 100%. But
Right, Neil Newman is saying my lights don't work and also my horn. Is it because wire C is not connected? Neil, I'm going to be absolutely honest with you and say I really don't know.
she lights, so
right. I need to prep up again on what wires are what, but I think we'll be doing electrics next week, and we'll have a good old session on it. Hopefully, I should finish earlier next week, so we crack straight on with an 8 o'clock show. Because I'm 5 o'clock spare, so there's. I mean, if I finish at 7, that's a 14-hour day. So I should be back by 8. So yeah, we should get it all sorted out by next week. My battery box has snapped off the wire, so I'm going to be soldering that back on. I'll do that on stream for the benefit of those people that can't solder. I think I'm quite good at soldering, but also 3-4 months ago I couldn't solder to save my life, and I've just sort of been practicing, and I kind of want to share that with people. I'd rather teach you to do something with me, not as a professional, because obviously you can watch a lot of YouTubes and you see people and they're clearly professional and they go, oh, it's ever so easy, blah, blah, blah. Well, of course, you've been doing it.
Bye-bye.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
She's off now.
Come on.
Yes.
she was groaning at me, so I had to take her down to bed. She ran straight into her bed.
Oh, bless.
Bless her.
Yeah, no good. No, you're no good anymore.
She was just so tired and going, oh, nodding off. So, yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, so I've got 2 more issues to do, 58 and 57. So they'll be coming up soon. I've got some electrics.
Lovely.
Which are those ones? Which I'm slightly worried about, actually, because if I remember rightly, you have to slot them in, don't you, and then fold the circuit boards down.
Yeah, just do it slowly and gently. Don't create, if you bend metal quickly,
Yeah,
friction will cause it to snap. So you do it nice and slowly, and it'll be all right. And if you're a little bit worried, in fact, I think what I did with mine was I half bent mine and then went back and bent them the rest of the way, give them a chance to cool down.
right.
So, but yeah, I mean, look, it's no different from bending the legs on an LED bulb.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
So it's just, yeah, you're just worrying about them snapping.
Yeah.
And if they break because of what you do to them, you shouldn't theoretically be eligible for a replacement.
No, of course not. To be honest, though, if I snap one, I'd probably just solder a new one on anyway.
Yeah, exactly. You've got the skills to sort it. I'll tell you what, I keep looking at this chrome and I love it. It looks wet.
Can you see yourself in it?
Well, no, mainly because of the print on the 3D.
So it'd be really, really interesting to see how it would come out through an airbrush.
Yeah.
Because I reckon it'd be silky smooth, and you probably would be able to see through it.
Yeah, quite possible. Because I've painted it onto unprepared 3D print.
Yeah.
It's all lumpy and bumpy. You want 42 to 42 Conquest. Is that one that's coming out or one that's already come out? Because the problems we had getting it before. But I can get them for you. It's not a problem. Also, I can't remember the YouTube name, but I'm getting the Routemaster subscription for someone. But they've not opened up the issue that I want yet. So as soon as it opens up, I'm checking it nearly daily. But what are we up to? Yeah, 71 is the earliest, or is the latest, sorry, that I can start it from. As soon as 73 is opened up, I'll get that. But it's it's not. Do you know what? I'm almost tempted to start that Bismarck.
Oh, actually, I was going to. Sorry. So while Jason was here, Bella loves those little bits.
Oh, right, yeah.
Absolutely loves them. I've taken one to work. She's obsessed with them. So yeah, really, really good. Thank you.
That's all right. Glad she got some fun.
Yeah, but,
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got to say also thanks to Dave Say as well for getting me 2 cutting mats. So thanks, Dave. So thanks. So
Oh, brilliant. I know, I love my cutting mat. It's good, isn't it? I don't actually do any cutting on it,
no.
but really, well, I do when I open issues, but they're just, don't know, just brilliant, really.
Well, my yellow ones that I had underneath here originally, they came from Aldi, and they were like £2, and they were quite thin. And I put 2 of these in my watch pile, and they came through. They must be about 1/4 inch thick. These mats, they're really quite substantial. So I was like, well, that's better, if you know what I mean. So,
Well, brilliant.
but I'm actually looking to get another cutting mat done with my logo on. So I'll do my Lego.
Oh, you're very flash, aren't you?
Well, I had a message from YouTube trying to say, somebody is saying that I used part of their footage during one of my Lego videos. And I was like, prove it. How? You know,
Yeah. Say that again. They said what?
That I was using somebody else's footage during one of my own videos.
All right. Okay. Why?
One.
I'm sorry. Do you know, I'm going to say this. Why are there arseholes on YouTube?
Yeah.
Was it a big YouTuber?
I have no idea. They just didn't. They just said we had reports of that one of your videos was plagiarism. That part of your footage you used in one of your videos needs to be trimmed as it's somebody else's footage. And I was like, how can it be? It's mine. You know what I mean? So it's one of them that's coming up on my channel shortly. It's the Lego Ideas space rocket ride. So
even without it going public, they're saying that it's plagiarism.
Yeah. Somebody put a copy. Sorry, I don't know. But never mind.
So YouTube have done the copyright claim then.
Yep. They're right. I've got nagged about that as well, but never mind.
Because I heard somewhere that anyone can put. I mean, like I could just report Horlicks' video and say that's copyright.
Yeah.
You know, and they will take Horlicks' video, or they'll investigate it or something.
Yeah.
And it's very much a guilty till proven innocent system. And it's quite frightening because obviously if I can do that to someone else's video, someone else can do it to mine. And but I would have thought build videos, I can't see how they would. That's confusing me now.
It's only doing that, isn't it? Like I could have my I could have this microphone.
You've just lost sound, I think, Horlicks. Yeah, you have.
Oops.
There's me doing
better.
When it goes. No, it's like me having my microphone in the picture, saying no, Penny, I'm copywriting you because you've got the same microphone as me.
Yeah.
See, I'm tempted to use the jealousy thing, but I'll be honest with you, right? I honestly don't think there's, like with my videos, I don't think there's anything to be jealous about because all I do is what anyone else can do, and I don't think I do it much better or worse.
Yeah, we all do our own thing, don't we?
We all have our own style.
The only thing that makes this show, what makes this from like totally rubbish to quite bearable, is the audience participation.
Yeah,
and that's what the show is.
Yeah,
otherwise I might as well do,
because I think if we didn't have all these lovely viewers here and all making conversation, we would probably be doing the bills and then that'd be it.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching and see you next week.
It'd be like a school classroom, right? I will demonstrate and you all sit and watch and listen, which is essentially what YouTube. This is why I try not to do instruction videos. I prefer to do build diaries, because then I'm saying, right, this is what I found. Because otherwise, not knocking people that do build instructions, but save that for model space. That's what they do. It's all you guys. In fact, I haven't actually checked the viewing figures at all tonight.
Because I mean, yeah, I do the videos, and then if I think something's not right or I'm going to amend it, I'm going to say, right, I'm going to do it this way because
Yeah, yeah,
such and such doesn't quite fit, and I need to glue it. So
yeah. But you're always aware that just because it didn't fit on yours, it doesn't mean it's not going to fit on someone else's.
yeah,
You know, and
vice versa. I mean, you've had parts that I think have been a bit loose, and I've got them and
Yeah.
thought, oh no, it's fine.
I seem to be getting the problems with the plastic screws. I'll screw them in, I'll be doing nothing wrong, and suddenly there's no stop point, and they just keep going forever and ever and ever.
Yeah, I've and I had that a lot on the DeLorean, but I've not actually really had it on the Routemaster.
To be honest with you, if that's my biggest problem, I think I've got lucky because I feel that they're putting, if anything, sorry, how do I phrase this? They're putting more than enough screws in. If you've got like 6 screws, but you only put 4 or 5 in, it will still hold that as tight. It's just that it's got more longer term if you get all 6 in. So
I mean, I don't know if you've noticed in any of my videos that you might not have. I mean, know some of you that are eagle eye might have noticed, but when I'm screwing in plastic screws, I've always got one finger on there and I twist them with these fingers.
okay, so you can't twist them too hard.
Yeah, and I twist until I can't twist these anymore, because if you hold it like that, you could just keep going and going. If you just rest your one finger on the top and twist with when it's on the screw and twist with your hand, with your fingers, when it stops, you can't actually put any force on it. And I find that really good. That's my favourite way of doing it.
I've said something like that before, but I don't know if I follow.
Oh, hang on, my sound's gone off now. Or your mic's gone off, one of the two.
Hello, can anyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, you're back.
That's not me then.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah, I think I remember saying something like that before, where if you hold it loosely, you can't, because obviously when you're doing metal screws, you want to get in there, and sometimes they're quite difficult to get in. Obviously, with things like washing up liquid and 3-1 oil, they're a lot easier. But your plastic screws, when I'm screwing plastic screws in, I'm always wary of when they're going to get tight, and I'm always ready to stop. That's why I quite like the screws tonight, because they went in almost as though they weren't gripping. It was like you were screwing into thin. You know, when you put a screw in, it's not actually connected, and you're just screwing into thin air.
Yeah,
that's how they felt almost. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, stop. You can't go any further. But obviously, if you were holding it like this and you were you could have actually overscrewed it.
Yeah.
So sound advice. So
but yeah, it's just, I think we've all got our ways of doing it, but that's just what I found really comfortable, and it's just a really nice feeling when you're screwing into plastic.
Yeah.
I just adopted that, really.
Yeah. I'm always finding as well with plastic screws, I'm finding I want a nice wide head. Whereas with the metal screws, you want a deep head, something that'll get right down into that screw.
Yeah, definitely. But
just don't go too small with the metal, because otherwise you get the old stripping the cross bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mark Knight says we all have our own ways of screwing.
Yeah, that's it.
So right, okay then. So I am going to wind the show down unless anyone's got anything to add. As always, it's been a wonderful night.
Yep.
Really good.
Quick look in the magazine if there's anything to bring up. What do you think of that Boris bus?
I'm not keen on it.
Are you not? I think I am, but I didn't like it until I went to London. And the thing that, obviously I'm a driver. One of the things that impressed me, probably not really applicable with the Routemasters, but when you drive a bus, they have the support. Whoops, they have the supports in the corner, and
Yeah.
because they're so wide, because they're holding so much weight, and you're quite a distance from it, it creates an absolute massive blind spot. And one of the big risks, if you're at T junction turning right, if you don't see a car coming through your blind spot, you're going to broadside the car. And it's something that I've done it before, and it's horrible. But one of the things that really impresses me with the Boris buses, because they've got that curved, I don't know if you can see it. You see how they've got that curved corner?
Yeah.
And the view is absolutely amazing. And there is no blind spot in that corner. And I think that that's a really nice touch. As a bus spotter, you may not necessarily have... you may not actually have noticed it, but obviously as a driver, it's something you don't really get it so much in a car, mainly because a car tends to be angled, but
Yeah.
a bus it's straight up and down, and it's oh yeah, you're getting the picture up. So yeah, you see, you got those. Yeah, you see that one on the right. That's absolutely beautiful. I'm trying to get that joke. What do you call an aardvark? It's just had the stripe kicked out of him. A bark. Yeah, you see the on the near side front corner. That just
All round
looks
vision.
amazing. Yeah. Other than that, it's an ugly piece of crap, but that's a really nice touch. But I just think that modern vehicles, I think they all look quite samey.
Well, say Blackpool here have now almost replaced all their buses now. They've got the
Yeah.
Enviro 400s and the Enviro 200s now as well. They've just been brought out in the last month.
Yeah. Well, I've got some exciting news. Oh, what's that? That looks like a judge's wig placed over the bus.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, see that, Dave, I'm thinking I would build it if it was released. I probably won't enjoy it as much as the Routemaster. Or maybe I will, because I liked the Routemaster when it started, but I love it a hell of a lot more now that I've been building it. I feel I know so much more about it. But could you do 130 issues of articles on the new Routemaster?
Hasn't been around long enough, has it?
No, I mean the Routemaster. This one, you could do 130 magazines, and you could probably do another 130 with more articles. You could just keep going all the time. But yeah, it would look good together. This is why I want to get that French one, because I think they're the same scale. I think we could get them all together and they'd look all right. But yeah.
Be nice to get maybe a Leyland or Bedford bus or something. So around the same sort of ilk age, if not a bit earlier than the Routemaster. Be nice.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that when I finish this, I think Dave says sort of, I think it was a bit of a, not a joke, but it was kind of a suggestion, because the Revel bus, the 1:24 scale, that's the RML, isn't it? And I've always said I'd like to build it, but Dave sort of said, well, you could do a conversion into an RM, and I think once I finish this Routemaster, I might be in a really good position to do that, because I'll know a lot more about it. So I may actually build two of them. One is converted into an RM, and one is an RML, and that might be good to have the two on the shelf.
True. Yeah.
So maybe that could take over as the. Do you know what? That I've got it. When we finish this Routemaster, I'm going to buy Horlicks, the bus, and maybe we could build that. I know his look, very worried look on your face there, Horlicks.
What's that?
When we finish the Routemasters,
Yeah.
maybe we could buy the Revel bus, and we could both build it on stream. If we're not already doing the Ecto one or whatever else has come out at the time.
Is the Revel one we got to paint that one, haven't we?
Yeah.
I'll have to get an airbrush.
Yeah.
That's what worries me as well. I like to have a go, but can't seem to paint.
See, right, I've got to be honest with you. I know it's a little bit of money attitude, but if the model costs, what was it cost? 70 quid? Right. If I mucked it up, it's 70 quid. But if I mucked it up, I might actually be able to strip all the paint off and start again.
Yeah.
Oh, no idea what that was. It's like figures. I mean, I kind of mucked that up a little bit, but all I got to do is strip it, and I'm down to the bare plastic, and I can start again. With a £1,300 model, it's a little bit different.
Oh, it's actually not that much.
How much is it?
There you go. There's one on eBay.
Look at that, 38 quid.
Yeah, 38 quid. Nothing, is it?
Nothing. I mean, if you give it a go, and also I don't know if it's really, really old video, but I bought a really good airbrush, and I love it, and it's really nice. But I've just to try it out, I bought a £15 Chinese airbrush, and I put a lot of work into it, but I've turned that into a really good airbrush. And the main difference is that the needle in the middle hasn't been machined so well. So what I did is I got the needle, I put it onto a Dremel drill, and I got some autosol on a cloth, and I just polished the hell out of that needle. Oh, that was an innuendo there, wasn't it? So basically, I haven't got cloth, but pretend that's a cloth and that's a needle, and you just turn the Dremel on and you just polish it. And then what you do is you make it a lot smoother, so it's a little bit more precise. And it's great. It's really good. And what a lot of people do actually is they take the seal out at the end and they replace that with a little ring that they make out of beeswax. And yeah, maybe we could we planned it in advance. Maybe we could all have a go at doing the bus. I don't know how quickly we'd get through it and how much we'd get through. Because one of the things that's frustrating about model making is that sometimes all you can do on it in one night is just paint some bits and then wait for the paint to dry. And
then the same with building it, but you assemble some bits, you have to wait for the glue to dry.
Yeah. I mean, quite often what I'll do is like I might be preparing, I'll be sort of working on 3 stages. So like stage 3 will be taking the bits off and prepping them and cleaning them. Stage 2 we'll start painting them, and then stage 1 we'll have painted and all sorts. So what you're doing is you're working on stage 1, then you work on stage 1 and 2, then stage 1, 2 and 3, and then the next week you'll be on 2, 3 and 4, and you just you as you complete one stage you start a new one. Soldier compressor, got a couple of airbrushes. I know a really good idea. It's not the best compressor ever, but I've heard of people using an inflated car tire, and then you put the hose on over the air valve, and then they use that as a compressor. It's a little bit more inaccurate than a proper compressor, but if you haven't got the money to buy it all at once, but there's some nice cheap compressors out there. I think you can pick one up for about a tenner.
Yeah,
weathering a model makes it look more realistic. Yeah, it's weathering is something that I've not really got into, so that would be a bit of a learning experience for me. One of the things I do miss about the painting streams was I was really pushing myself to try new things, and sometimes it worked out okay. Sometimes I surprised myself how good I was. Sometimes it was just an absolute disaster. But as long as you learn from things, I don't see a problem with getting it wrong. So, and I'll tell you what, teaching Horlicks about painting white over black, that was one of the funniest things ever as a spectator anyway.
I was stressed. It took about 25 coats.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's still not perfect. But yeah, I mean, that would be really good because I'm not sure how to come out. But I'm gonna grab one of those chrome pens we're talking about because I reckon the bumper
would look fantastic.
The front, it would just bring that up. I mean, I don't know.
I just thought of something. Can you polish up those chrome pens?
I don't know.
Because I know with the Dark Stars.
Have you got any auto sol to hand?
Yeah, I ain't got a cloth though.
Because you could polish the patch you just did.
Well, we were talking earlier on, I know it's a really bad thing to use, but I've done a bit of chrome on my sanding block. But that looks really good, doesn't it? But it's only one coat, but I want to put a second coat on it.
There'd be none of that left by the time you actually need it.
No, well, you know, that's the whole point of having things like acid drop and trying things out. Oh, it's difficult doing a second coat. You can't see where you've been. Oh, if you're going to do a second coat, you really want to make sure that first one is really thin or really dry. And you want to make sure the pen's pumping all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's... I'll tell you what I'd really like to get into is rust effects. Especially like there's an effect they use. It involves rock salt. And you put hairspray or something on it with rock salt, and then you paint over it. And then you pull the salt off, and it leaves. Obviously, you've painted it like a rusty color. Then you put the salt on. Then you paint over it silver or whatever color the proper coat is. And then as you pull all the salt off, it leaves all the rusty effects underneath showing through.
Oh right, yeah.
I've seen that done before, and it's really good actually. This pen's either dried up or I've got to start again. Come on. I think it got a feeling it's dried up. Oh well. Oh, the ends fell out.
No. I'm assuming you can buy replacement nibs for it then.
Well, I hope so, because
if it's refillable,
I think I might have just killed mine. Well, okay. Penny breaks things. There you go. That's next week's stream.
Maybe it was literally just a sample.
Yeah, what, like just enough to do just a little bit of your sanding block.
Yeah.
Someone wanted to weather an RC submarine, so they just sprinkled iron filings all over it. Yeah, I suppose if you've got something, something bigger, it's going to be a lot easier to weather, isn't it? Oh, I've just picked up the wrong pen. Because I quite like the rusty effects I did on the yeah, I think they are spring loaded. Yeah, the rust effects I did on, here you go, I got it going again now. Yeah, he's away.
So is there like are you supposed to wash the nibs or anything, or do you just put the cap on?
Just put the cap on.
Yeah.
Just use it like a permanent marker.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm struggling with mine. It doesn't like going over. You can't really see it, but I've done the outsides in a second coat, but the inside is just scraping it off, but it stopped working again. So maybe I haven't pumped it enough. I don't know. Well, I say this a lot with new products. Maybe it's a daft one, and it usually turns out I'm not using it properly.
No, you're not pumping it hard enough. You need to pump it enough, and then eventually it'll.
Listen to you, Mr. Expert.
Just they keep pumping, then it'll fly.
He's had a little look
Yeah.
on again at the price, and suddenly he's an expert. Right, it's coming. It's coming. Come on, it's coming.
No, I haven't weathered R2. No, I'm going to leave him as he is. He's all right.
Yeah, I'm at the moment. I'm going to say don't do a second coat. I suspect the 4 mil is going to be easier to do than the 1 mil because it's a bigger nib. But okay, I've recovered it a bit.
Maybe you've got to leave it a few hours before you pump it again.
Hello? No. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Went from screwing to pumping, yeah. I like it. I really do like this chrome pen. I'm not overly fussed with the other ones.
You should do your glasses frames as well.
Yeah.
And then going to work. I'm really good. New glasses.
No. I always like it when you have your hair cut and they go, have you had a haircut? And you go, no, what's happened? Oh my God, where's it gone? You know, the funniest one is when you're in the toilet and someone comes into the toilet and it's locked. What's the first thing they're always going to say? Is there somebody in there? Oh, I shout at someone today. Do you know what? I don't often smoke cigarettes. I normally smoke rollies. I've been smoking a lot of cigarettes lately, but oh no, I was actually rolling a cigarette today. And I walked about 200 yards. And some guy stopped me, can I spare a cigarette paper? And I just went, no. And then someone else come up to me, can I buy a cigarette off you? And I'm just like, no, just no, go away. You know, if you sorted your life out, you could buy your own cigarettes. And I thought afterwards that was probably a little bit harsh. But yeah, that's me. When I go, I go. So and what was some woman I had to go at today? Oh, I can't remember now. That was something weird anyway. But oh, I got called too nice on the road yesterday. Apparently, I'm too nice and I let too many cars through. But I don't let them through. I don't let anything through. But if it's their right of way, I will give them their right of way. But at the same time, if it's my right of way and I don't think they're going to stop, I will back off. Because at the end of the day, I've got people on my bus who get hurt. So that's where I think I'm being told I'm too nice. So, but, you know, I don't see the point in being aggressive. You know, you end up with accidents. You know, if you have a high accident rate of accidents that aren't your fault, they're still going to look at that quite dimly, aren't they? Doctor, stupid questions. You walk in and say, I think I've broken my arm. They respond, why? Where does it hurt? Yeah. So, oh, what was that joke I heard? Something about some guy goes into doctors and says something like, I think, he says to the receptionist, I think I've got a problem with my penis or something. And they're like, oh, no, don't talk like that. Yeah, use a code word. And he says, all right. So he walks back and he comes in again. And she goes, what seems to be the problem? He says, I think I've got a problem with my arm. And she says, well, what seems to be the problem with your arm then? He goes, it hurts every time I piss out of it.
Oh dear.
There's a couple of us. We are the master of answering a stupid question with a stupid answer. A number of times people say, how long is this bus? So I just say 40 foot. Right. Okay. Shall we call it a night?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I'm going to say goodbye and then I'm going to flick over to Horlicks.
Okay. So have a good evening, everyone. Thanks for dropping in, and see you next week for electronics. I'm looking forward to next week, actually.
Electronics night.
Yeah.
So, that just leaves Fleetwood to say. Actually, when Fleetwood says goodbye, I'll play a certain song that we played earlier on.
Right. Good night, all. Take care, and I'll see you in a few weeks.
Okay, no worries. Right, I'll leave you with this song then. Alexa, play Puppy Love. Alexa, volume 10.
Puppy Love by Donny Osmond on Amazon Music.
There we go. Oh, it's not playing it. Alexa, play.
Here's a playlist you might
No!
like. The
Alexa,
Rock and Roll
play
Hall of
Puppy
Fame.
Love. Sorry, I'm really not good
Exactly why I get
Here's a
stressed.
playlist you might like. The Rock and Roll Hall
Alexa,
of Fame
stop.
On
Alexa, play Puppy Love.
Puppy Love by Donny Osmond. Starting now on Amazon Music.
Right, take care, guys. Love you. Miss you already. Hang on, let's get the first line going.
And they called it Puppy Love.